No. That's like modern music for the youngsters.
That was great.
How did that slip past the net?
It's a great record.
Who's it by?
Big Brothers.
Big Brothers. I was watching that last night because I was watching some music on TV with my daughter, who's 11.
Yeah.
We were sitting down and I can't remember what she was. Obviously, she'd quite like to see a bit of Gareth.
Yeah, of course.
She likes a bit of Gareth.
Yeah.
But we were looking for something. I think we were looking for Tribute to Tenacious D.
Yeah.
And that came on and we all very much enjoyed it.
Great dance routine as well.
There's nothing wrong with that. We've been joined by Mel Giedroyc and Sue Perkins.
I have just arrived in the country this morning, Jonathan.
But it's marvellous. She came in, she started cleaning up. Immediately.
I hope my dad isn't listening. He'll beat you
Mel's
up.
dad gets
He
wind,
will.
he's ranting.
She
Seriously.
started wiping the surfaces down. She took off the babushka hat. What's that called? That rag you wear on your head there. And then she started cleaning. It's nice. It's lovely to have you here. How are you finding the London traffic?
Look.
This is a slice of right-wing Britain. It's actually sitting outside.
Yes.
It's like some mad shock jock. It's like they come over here, they take our jobs.
But you know, it's just meant to be.
There's irony there.
Well, it's sort of possibly. You know what? Sometimes I'm so confused. I don't know anymore.
Seriously, my dad's Lithuanian gills will be inflated by now. He'll be getting on the coach from Oxford.
They
and
don't
he'll
really
come,
have gills, do they?
Yeah,
Come
they
and
do.
take you out.
They're amphibians. They breathe through the neck.
Is that how they get over it?
Yeah.
Look at it.
What?
Oh,
I'm sorry. I apologise
No, it's
to
fine.
you and all your.
my ilk.
All her
Your-
weird
your
Eastern
queen.
European kind.
My kin.
I like Eastern Europe a lot. I've been there a couple of times.
Don't try and get on with me
Come
now,
on, you've dug
Jonathan.
your own grave.
I tell you what, seriously,
I love that wholesome cooking.
go to Vilnius. It is a beautiful place, the
You know
capital
what?
of Lithuania.
It's the first time anyone's ever said that to me with anything approaching enthusiasm.
There's apparently glades and forests, and they eat basically.
It's amazing.
Well, they eat a lot of cabbage and.
They've got
You're
these-
saying go to Vilnius
vinegar.
because you'll tell them about me and they'll beat me up when I get there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be like strung up.
Britain's #1 Eastern European racist, Jonathan Ross, live.
I went to the School of Slavonic and East European Studies at
SOAS?
London University. Yeah.
Did you?
No, SOAS is the School of Oriental and African
sorry,
Studies.
God, how long did it take for you to work that out? Sorry. Oh, show us.
So, but that was wrong. She got it wrong. It's cease.
I know.
What did you do? What did you do?
Modern history.
Oh my God!
And I did very well. I got a first.
Did you?
Probably not, but no one checks, and you can say that.
Yeah, no.
I know loads of people go around saying that, and no one who
Do you know,
checks.
I've never lied, and that's stupid. I should have done. I
Yeah.
got a very poor lower second. Well, actually, you're
So
right.
did
I
I,
should
though.
have said.
I think I did as well.
Scraped.
Absolutely.
But isn't it nice that we've all the mediocre people have risen to the top in radio?
Yeah, the mediocre.
How are you both? You both look very well.
Really
All
good.
right, actually.
Yeah, very, very fine.
And
this
you're still
morning.
working together. The unit's still tight.
The collective is strong.
Yes, we're well knitted now. We had a couple of hours, minutes off, and then years off, and then we've come back together now.
Because
so
you have worked together on and off for how many years now?
10 years, Jonathan.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, since 92.
That is a long time.
the
It's a
key
very
is to
long
not have a
time.
friendship.
Yeah.
The key is just to make it very professional and just see each other sporadically. and
Speak
work
through the
with them.
lawyers.
Yeah.
It's a Morecambe and Wise relationship, I believe.
is.
It's like Diane her butler.
Yes.
We're not going to mention that. What do you think was happening there?
I don't... Oh.
What a waste of money is all I want to say.
Yeah, it's an
just
enormous
terrible.
waste of money.
Because they need
You're
what?
talking about the royal family generally here? Or?
Well, yes, of course. But surely the first question you ask him is, did you ever ask permission? That's the first question a lawyer would ask somebody.
Yeah.
But I think, the fact that he's just used to picking things up and putting them away, it's just a hard habit to break. It's like a Pavlovian reaction. He doesn't know where she's gone. He's putting it away for her.
I want to know more about the sensitive box. I want to know more about what was in
There's
that
a sensitive box?
Yeah, apparently. I just think they weren't just letters. I think they were probably items.
Yeah.
I want to know. more
I
about
think she
them.
had a head in there. Like in the end of Seven.
Yeah.
I think she had
Gwyneth
Gwyneth Paltrow's head in the box. Because she
she
likes the
coveted
movie.
it.
She loved the movie stars, movie memorabilia. She probably bought it. So, you're performing again, I'm
We
delighted
are,
to say.
we are,
When are you doing this? When are you gigging?
Got 2 more London gigs at the Arts Theatre.
So you've been doing some in London?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. This is our first West End show ever.
No one told me. Where was it
yeah,
on
at
at?
the Arts Theatre.
Where's that?
It's a sort of nice little West Endy velvet tip-up seat.
It's off
that
Leicester Square.
sounds
Yeah,
nice.
it's
I like
well
the sound of
nice.
that.
Chocolate box, nice.
Not too big.
That sounds
but
great.
nice enough.
Was that wasn't where Taboo was in, was it? Was
I
it?
think
No.
it...
Was it?
No, it was where the...
Vagina
Neil Mal-
monologues.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've been to see the Vagina monologues.
Have you?
there. Yeah, it was.
Were you excited at having to scream the
I felt
pejorative for a female member?
I felt empowered.
Did you?
Yeah.
I felt bored. I shouted all the time.
No, I
Do you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah, but
like
you
not
know
a
what?
new thing for me.
I was
So
going,
I think that's the point. I sat there with my wife and we said, we call ourselves this affectionately all the time at home. But for people who don't, it was, I think, quite
It's a nice
genuinely,
out.
it was a nice
Yeah.
moment. And, we
I
were...
suppose.
I didn't shout it. I sort of went,
You didn't shout it?
I went,
What's the point of going if you don't
was
shout
laughing
it?
at
I
Really
thought,
worse.
I don't want to be a sort of sheep, you know.
Ah, you see?
Oh, well.
You see, she had to rebel. You Lithuanians.
We are.
You can't
We
control
are.
them. that's the thing, because they don't know
They're
discipline.
wild and
I know.
crazy.
We are. We were,
They're wild people.
we were the last country in Europe to be Christianised. We were pagans till the 13th century.
You know, Vilnius this time of year is just beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's
It
breathtaking.
is.
The lakes, the rivers, the glens, the monkeys,
The
everything
bison,
about
everything.
it. Oh, it's wonderful.
They
isn't
have
it?
dumplings called zeppelins.
So I've been told.
They are the size of a shoe.
Wow.
They are enormous
actually eaten
dumplings.
Well, you see,
something
once that
approaching
sort of information gets out, they're going to be swamped
They'll
with
be
visitors.
flocking.
When people fancy a good leaden dumpling, they know
I'll-
that Vilnius is the place
You only
to be.
need to eat one. You don't need a plateful.
Dumpling's
Sorry.
never really something you crave, is it?
No,
Well,
never.
I
Or do you? Now you've had a baby, maybe you do.
Oh,
occasionally.
man. Don't talk to me about any of that. Seriously.
7 months old now, your baby. Is that
7
right?
months old, yeah.
Boy or girl?
It's a girl.
A lovely little girl.
She's just quality.
Big for her age or small?
She's
or
big.
Just the right size.
She's solid. She's got low slung bat ears.
She's got a head like a sort of
cracking sense of humour
bowling
already.
ball.
like a bowling ball with
Yeah.
3 holes in the top.
Yeah, it's great for just...
Great for
She-
carrying them around. You don't need a
She-
papoose. No.
She looks quite Lithuanian, actually.
Does she? And
She's
what
a
is the
Baltic
Lithuanian
lady.
look?
Stern.
What is...
Stern and patrician.
It is.
is.
Think Vitas Gerulaitis, the sadly now dead tennis player.
Oh,
that is
thanks for
sheer
bringing
Lith.
us down with that. Well
Oh,
done.
I know.
We were
That's-
zinging along there, enjoying each other's company. Now you have to
Comparing
mention
your
a dead
child to a
tennis
dead
player.
tennis player.
You'll be going on about Fred Perry next and Arthur Ashe and making us
I
really
feel
sad.
No, I'm too depressed now.
Let's have a record on. I think you have to leave, actually. I think it's just Sue. Coming back, we'll just Sue. It's David Bowie. He's a lovely fella. He's a lovely fella.
I'd love to meet him.
So would I. He's very funny.
I would love to meet him.
Have you heard him being interviewed?
I've met him loads of times.
Have you?
I'm hanging out with Dave all the time. I'm
You're
down with Dave.
kidding.
I want to be
Seriously?
like you.
He wants to duet with me, apparently.
No.
You and
My
Ben.
people said it's not a good idea because I'm on the up and let's face it,
No, he's
he's been around for a
sliding.
while. And
Do his teeth look good now they've been done?
I preferred them before,
So
frankly.
do I.
see.
I liked them before,
like
but
the-
I think it wasn't a vanity thing. I think it was a kind of
They were
necessity.
caving in.
I think they got stuck in a toffee apple or something, and he was rushed to emergency, and they had to.
What song would you do
blow
with
to-
him if you had to duet with him? What would be your...
I'd like to do the one that you two did on Stars in Their Eyes.
No,
Mel's opening note in that was this.
No, which
lost
was it? It
my
was
lost
Elaine
my
Page
leg.
and Barbara Dixon.
She
You
let me
did.
down,
I
Jonathan.
so let her down. I was so blooming
But
nervous.
was it Another Suitcase, Another Hall, or which one did you do?
No,
Or-
it was-
You know, I know you so well.
I know him so well,
from
yes.
chess.
I'd do it for you now, but actually, you'd get terrible. The
It was-
frequency.
Can
would
you just give us a bit at the beginning? Because I
Yeah.
love that song. I do love that song.
Nothing. It's the same thing.
It was
I've
the
got
first
a
note was
problem with the first note.
nothing is so good it lasts
forever.
eternally.
Eternally. Nothing is so good.
Sends
man,
me
that's
back.
like- he's like-
We died. We
So anyway,
panned.
Vilnius is great, apparently.
Yeah.
from you.
You just say Mark Bannerman beats us,
That's not
how bad
great,
it
but
was.
you're not.
Yes.
But you don't claim to be a great singer, of course. So it's unfair that we should expect.
I can
you
hold
know,
a tune. She's
I
got a good voice.
No, I haven't.
Susan's got
I
a good
expected
voice.
her to just pick one note. Instead, what happened, it was like a harmonic. It hit
yeah.
about 5 notes at the same time.
like a harmonica itself.
Yes.
In fact,
I
yeah.
had-
Theremin, vibrating sound.
I hadn't warmed up properly. I'd had this test.
You
I was
hadn't
so
warmed up properly.
I was
You
so
had.
nervous, man. I was so
Can I just say
bloody
we
nervous.
couldn't look at each other as well because if you laugh in Stars, it's about aspirational progress.
take
if you
it very-
laugh,
you have to take
you're
it
removed
seriously,
from the
yeah.
show.
Oh really?
Oh,
God.
God, yeah.
You have to
yeah,
take
yeah.
it totally seriously.
I keep asking to go on as Aretha Franklin. They're not having any of it.
Oh well, that would be a majestic
I
television.
think, you know, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, me coming out blacked up. Come on.
bit of padding and blacked up.
No padding necessary. The hips are solid. I've lost a lot of weight, but down there it's still lingering.
Yeah, you can still gyrate.
It's a great show, though, isn't it? Did
mean,
Matthew come out and put his arms around you at the end?
Yes.
So nice.
He's too nice.
I didn't want to let go of him.
Can I just
loved
say,
him.
there'd been a demonstration when we were there. A guy who wanted to be Meatloaf. They'd already done a Meatloaf. And basically, they said, no. Did you not hear about this? Kavan, the choreographer, said. Basically, he stood
I love
outside-
that. Kivan.
Kavan. Kevin,
A choreographer.
basically.
Oh, I
No,
see.
it's
of course,
Kavan.
I'm-
But he calls himself Kavan. And he basically said there's this guy who'd got himself in his very low-rent Meatloaf outfit, so none of the sort of accoutrements of the, all the budget.
Proper
invited
wigs
in.
and stuff, yeah.
And he'd got a sign up saying, "Stars in their eyes is bent and so is Matthew."
Oh, my. Now, you see, that's not one. Any
Terrible
level.
mudslinging.
Number one is don't protest against,
Crikey.
one of the greatest TV shows ever. Two is, Matthew's business. That's his own business.
Yes, and he's a fine
course.
figure of a man.
He's
When
a
you
big
come-
fellow as well. He could have smashed any meatloafs. He's like a Viking. I think he's got Viking blood in him.
Yeah.
I wonder if his
Lithuanian.
papers. Do you think his papers were in? Let's
You
find
should
out
go
whether
and check
when he
his
came
papers.
over. Because
I
he's
tell you
got a
what, the
beard.
Lithuanian volleyball team. Sorry, the American volleyball team is mainly made up of Lithuanians.
Really?
Because they're so tall.
One doesn't associate Lithuania with height necessarily.
Very tall.
So when you go over there, are the doors slightly bigger, the chairs slightly
They
bigger?
are.
It's like entering a wonderland. You feel like Alice.
Yes.
We're like Lilliputians to them.
Eat
Yes.
me. Actually, that was
word.
Alice in Wonderland. That wasn't a request.
It's like when the goodies went up to the big giant's land and they fell in the cupcake. It's like
I don't remember that episode.
She's been on the Horlicks. Can you tell? She's having a Horlicks flashback.
Remember the one with the giant kitten?
Yeah, I love the giant
that's a good
kitten.
one.
with the post office tower.
Good one. And the Welsh Yaki Dar, the Welsh headmaster.
always
Oh,
love
you
them.
see, let's bring the goodies back.
the
Come on.
goodies.
The three of us could be the goodies.
Yes.
My wife thinks that she and I sometimes look like you two.
You're kidding.
She thinks that if I grew my hair longer, I could do quite a good impersonation
Actually,
of you.
our hairstyles are quite
we're quite similar.
Your wife doesn't look like me.
No,
though.
that's where it falls down, I believe. But I mean, I think with a black
She needs
wig
to
on
get-
it, she'd
she needs a
pass.
black wig and really big eye bags, and then she'll be fine. Then she'll be fine. Girl, I'd like to see that.
I think you two could be us for the day, and we'll be you.
I'll do that.
That's an interesting documentary. We'll swap lives.
really bizarre, complex
Because I'm keen to get some of your action as well, Sue. We can let's just switch over there.
We'll do it. I think we should do it.
I think that's a solidly seriously. I think that's a good documentary.
Pitch it.
Yeah, but-
We can't because we'll get nowhere.
Jonathan,
You can. You're
you've
in
got
charge.
some
You're
weight.
the man.
I mean, I don't mean that. You've got
We've
weight.
got the hips.
I don't know if I really have.
Go
I
in there,
pitched,
say,
I
"Look,
pitched
great
lots of
idea."
shows recently, and people never call me back. All
What
that
kind
happens
of
actually.
things?
Well,
The history of.
I don't know whether I want to give it all away because some of these ideas are quite solid. Shoes. A 12-part documentary on shoes.
What's wrong with that?
Showing
wearing
me
some very
going to
nice
buy some shoes, having my feet measured. About episode 5, it gets really exciting when the last comes back and they made the wrong size on the left foot. There's tension involved. I strike a cobbler. It falls down a bit at the end because it's 2 whole episodes where I'm just wearing them
But
in.
you've got the midway peak. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you haven't got the end. As long as it's peaking in the middle,
Exactly,
that's fine.
exactly.
I want you to go and pitch now and say, my wife and I are going to dress as Mel and Sue. Mel and Sue are going to dress as my
Yes.
wife and I.
There's a series
10-part
in there.
series.
I tell you what.
Carlton.
Let's not
You
even
could
do
do-
it. For, Channel 5 will be biting your hand off, wouldn't they?
You
You could do a
themselves.
different couple every episode. So you can do the Hamiltons.
Yes.
You could do us.
That would be good. No,
You
I'd
could
like you
do
to be
Ant and
involved
Dec.
every week.
Ant and
Come on.
Dec.
Ant and Dec's a good one.
Yes.
Actually, there's an Ant and Dec vibe from you two as well, if you don't mind me saying.
Not the big forehead.
No, I've gone too far. Well, no, just...
Oh no, I'm pleased there's an anti-deck vibe. We were just wondering that I thought my hair was.
Physically.
I don't mean you've got the big forehead, but I don't think we should dwell on the big forehead. I think that's unfair.
It's bigger as he gets older.
It's getting bigger because the hair's going back and the face is coming forward.
Burns.
What's actually happening is he's a transformer and he's turning into a Volkswagen.
Yes, he's lovely. I like them.
Is
They
any
are
of this
lovely.
entertaining today? I wonder. Or are we just amusing ourselves? It's always hard
I'm
to tell.
having a
isn't it?
great time.
Good, that's the most important
As long as
thing.
we're having a good time, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Is all your bits back in place after the baby? You're okay?
Well, no, kind of.
It must be quite.
I mean, it never really goes right back into place, does it? Or is that just me?
No, it's just you, I think.
Unless you have a sort of, trainer and go straight back into the old,
Liz
But I
Hurley
haven't
snapped
done that.
back like an elastic
Well,
band,
no,
didn't
but
she?
she hid in a mansion for
She had
10
an imagine and
weeks.
didn't eat.
And didn't eat.
10 weeks, nowhere near long enough for my liking.
I've got... No, there's... I don't mind, though. I don't mind.
Yeah, I
My
didn't-
chin. This is all
But
set.
do you feel okay
I
after?
feel ruddy good.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Because there must be new things pumping around in you
Oh,
now, kind of new
man.
super things going on,
Well,
new
no,
endorphins.
just madness.
I never
Just
thought I'd see
madness.
her lactate. That's one thing I never thought when I first met her.
It's
but I've
curious,
seen it
we were
all
saying
now.
that before you came in.
She'll do it. I tell you what, she needs a little bit of vodka.
do it,
She'll do
Will.
it to order.
Do you mix
No.
it with the vodka ever?
I have to say, during some of the breastfeeding episodes, I had to get quite hooched.
Really?
Well, yeah, because
It's painful.
is that really bad to admit that?
I think it's great for
That
the
you're an
baby.
alcoholic crack whore mother.
yes.
Yeah.
because-
I believe in the old days, though, didn't some of the wet nurses, the
Yeah,
ladies who
yeah.
used to nurse other children, they used to do that. They used to have a little nip beforehand and get the
Yeah,
baby
well,
drowsy.
they say you should have a pint of lager for every breastfeed. So I took that on board.
Who says this?
I heard somewhere.
What, a doctor or just a
In
down and
Vilnius
out
they
you met
do.
in a
There
street?
There's someone
You
at the
just-
bus stop who was drinking meths out of a brown paper bag.
You know what you want to do is have a lager.
Yeah.
She said, oh, I'll make a note of that. You can't just take baby rearing advice from strangers,
No, I did no. It's
That's why she's got that big deformed head. That's
Is, it,
why.
is,
It's your fault.
is the child unattractive?
She's absolutely stunning.
have a look
I'm
at it.
afraid.
That picture.
Look at that. Look
Oh,
at
my
that.
God. That's lovely. Look, she's done it for Halloween. Look, with a little mask on and everything. Look at that.
That's
Isn't
not a
that
mask,
lovely?
I'm afraid.
What? Is that not? That's not a mask. Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. I know.
She
She's a
actually is
stunner.
adorable. She's beautiful. What is her name?
Florence.
Florence. So you've given her an English name.
Yes.
And she has papers. Being born in this country, presumably that means she's safe.
She's a naturalised.
She's okay.
She's legal
good.
now.
Okay,
yeah.
because the Daily Mail, otherwise they'll be coming around checking. They'll put you in a camp. Let's have another bit of music. More chat with Mel and Sue after this. Who was that?
That's Roddy Frame from his new album.
Very nice. He was in the show a few weeks
From
ago.
Estate Camera.
What a lovely fella.
Yeah.
You ever met him?
No.
He's a nice bloke. We're talking to Mel and Sue. They're performing. I guess you're going to take this act all over the country, are you now?
We will, yeah, and probably next year. But for now, we're just doing tryouts. So the Arts Theatre on the 10th and 17th of November.
Yeah,
17th of November is my birthday.
Is it?
Oh, we'll think
toast
of
you.
We'll toast
I
you.
might even come down.
Yeah, go on.
No one's arranged anything, and
It's all there's secret
I
plans.
don't know. It'd be
afoot.
like last year. I was just wound up sitting in a small room.
I think your wife's going to take you to that floating Chinese restaurant off Regent's Park.
Don't spoil the surprise.
I'm
What's wrong with you,
sorry.
woman?
Wing Ho, whatever it is.
Wing Ho Water
It's
Wing.
huge. It frightens me. I go past it and I feel
Wings of a
Do you
Dove.
get that? I feel fear. When
We
I
should
I've never
point.
seen it.
Well, because it's
don't-
only, it's only
Yeah.
you have to know how to look.
Yeah, it's the pagoda of the imagination.
It's like a
we
Northern Lights kind of thing. Unless you look closer, you don't
Exactly,
see
you
the
know it.
gap between the universes. And Sue and I have trained our eye to see
I
it.
know, man.
And you're now stuck in Babyland.
I know. I can't see holograms either. You know those pictures and
Magic
something
eye.
like a sort of
Yeah, that's not hologram. Hologram is that you mean magic eye pictures.
magic eye pictures. Yeah.
If you
You know,
can't
when
see
she said she
holograms,
had lager when she was
you're-
breastfeeding, she just has lager, full stop. You know, it's a kind of rolling tide of beverages.
How is it working with an alcoholic, Sue? Is it?
It's been
okay?
pretty. It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. But to be honest, the good thing about her is she goes back in the box at 4 o'clock. She
My
gets
Booze
tired,
Hell
falls
by
over.
Mel Gibson.
We must go to our own show on BBC London now.
You're going to go over and you see how
we've got to
Yeah,
go
you've got
there.
and clinically she managed to.
Do you know what?
insert
I was
that part.
engorged listening to the way you brought that in.
That was fantastic, wasn't
That's
it?
from 12
Wasn't
till
that
2.
great? Are you lactating now?
I promise you, I'm not.
How do you cope during the show? Do you have to express halfway through when you're doing the radio show?
No, I've actually, to be honest, I've stopped.
You don't breastfeed anymore.
Stopped it. I had no brain. I had very little before, but it all went.
So the baby's now on 7 months. So they go on a solid
Yeah,
about
man.
6
Oh, no,
months. isn't it?
Yeah, she's on solid. Oh, my
she's
God.
eating fish, chicken,
Wow.
lentils. She's on the whole gamut.
Lentils.
Yeah, I made her
Don't
love
feed a
lentils.
child lentils.
I just thought I'd give it a go.
We'll carry on rowing.
You can feed them lentils if you mix them up with sweeteners.
Yes, you're right.
Kids love a sweetener.
Yes.
They love a sparkling, don't they?
It's a cheap sweet. What's wrong with that? You get them from coffee shops. It's fine. Keeps them quiet. We got to get the news. Mel, Sue, thank you so much for coming in. It really was genuine. It was a pleasure spending time with you. I really
lovely. Cheers,
Jonathan.
enjoyed being with you today.
Brilliant. We had a good time.
Yeah,
Getting slightly gushy now.
I know.
I'm brimming.
I know. Come to Vilnius.
Come back soon. 88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from BBC.